So I went to bed last night and I promised myself, don't make the show about Ronaldo. Don't make the show about Ronaldo. And then I woke up and realized I've got to make the show about Ronaldo. I mean, the guy he's becoming bigger than the sport. He knows that. And he's using his platform, this whole Piers Morgan interview. But the real victim here is not football, it's not United, it's not Ronaldo. The real victim here is Wayne Rooney.
I didn't know
what was it do? So this quote was, I don't know why he criticizes me so badly, probably because he finished his career and I'm still playing at a high level. I'm not going to say that I'm looking better than him, which is true. All right, so I'm not, you just said it.
Yeah.
Ronnie, you just said it. Now listen, Wayne Rooney may not be a work of art. But that's irrelevant. Why would he mention this?
Yeah, like why are you bringing up the way he looks?
It's so petty, doesn't it?
Well, it's almost just like, Ronaldo, you know you're a good-looking guy, the way everyone talks about you, but why do it's like he needs that extra, like, okay, I'm just gonna also compare our looks though, because come on, look at the two of us. Like, it's so petty and it's just unnecessary. It's all of this is so unnecessary.
We know it goes back, I think, to that infamous World Cup, right, where Ronaldo got Rooney sent off. Remember that? And we thought afterwards, oh, they're buddies and teammates, everything's fine. It wasn't fine. They've been waiting. They've been waiting to get at each other, right? And here it is.
Yeah.
This goes back to what year was that? 2006.
2006, yeah.
I think it was, right?
Right, yeah. I think it was Ronaldo's first World Cup with Portugal. Would have been
The wink,
yeah,
sidelines.
The old wink, yeah. Yeah, he's
Ugh.
so petty. It's just he's becoming irrelevant, and he needs to make himself relevant. And this is imagine one player is overshadowing what just happened this past weekend in football and the World Cup, which is a week away.
Overshadowing Canada's World Cup
Yeah,
roster
man, come on.
announcement.
Does any other player have that ability? Maybe Messi, if you were to come up with some
But Messi's
similar
boring.
type of interview.
Yeah, Messi would
Yeah,
never.
he
Like,
wouldn't
you
be
never
forced.
heard of stuff like
He's
yeah.
the only guy that can pull this off.
Well, in any sport, I mean, think about players who are bigger than their sport. And I'm not saying Ronaldo is really bigger than soccer. He's not, but he's pretty close.
He's close.
Right? I mean, is LeBron, if LeBron went off,
I feel like
that would
MJ,
probably
that-
transcend
Yeah.
the
MJ back in
NBA.
the day for sure. Michael Jordan also had that
Jordan,
mentality
yeah, for
where
sure.
it was all about
sure.
him and no one else.
For sure, Jordan.
It has to be a global
LeBron.
icon, right? Which is he's one of them. What I found
There's not many.
surprising, maybe it shouldn't be that
Max Verstappen.
surprising, is that he
Tiger
actually
Woods.
went to Piers saying he wanted to do this interview, not the other way around.
Yeah. Piers Morgan of all
They're
people
buddies,
as well.
they're buddies.
Pretty
That's what
polarizing
I said.
guy.
Out of
My eyes.
all the people, he went to him. This, and I don't want to say it, but
Not the
he's-
two most likable characters.
Oh, yeah. And wasn't
Yeah.
it you that was saying this morning that Ronaldo was the one who went to him?
Yeah, he reached out to him and said, I want to do this.
Bad.
Piers Morgan was on TalkSport and they were kind of pressing him. Well, when was this done? He's like, oh, that's between us. We don't want to let you know. Like, because the timing of it has to do a lot with Ronaldo more than Piers Morgan deciding when to put this thing out, right?
Yeah.
It's right after the final fixtures of the weekend, heading into the World Cup. So now we have all this time to talk about Ronaldo while building up to the World Cup. It's obviously all planned out perfectly.
You know what's hilarious too? It's Piers Morgan used to be infamous for criticizing Ronaldo. He used to
He loves him.
bash him. Now all of a sudden they become buddies. Ronaldo lets him interview him from time to time. Piers Morgan is the biggest Cristiano Ronaldo stan out there. It goes to show how much that Ronaldo can sway the perspective of
course.
if
And
you,
it's
if
also
you do him a favor.
Interesting that Piers Morgan just released his new show, right? This uncensored show where he sits down with controversial figures or important figures in the world.
Yeah.
Well, look at Piers Morgan's, look at his contact list on his phone. Donald Trump, buddy.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo, buddy. Like, oof.
Yeah.
That's some contact list, isn't it? Jeez.
I guess fair play because everybody in the world would have been lining up to get this interview, right?
course.
Everybody would have wanted to do this interview, and I guess fair play to him. He was the one who was able
Yeah.
to land this interview.
And you have
so-
to feel that Ronaldo went to him because they're whatever quote unquote buddies. He'd have more control over what comes
Exactly.
out rather
Yeah.
than going somewhere else that's neutral where he get pressed on certain things.
Yeah, but I mean, he's going to be criticized for this. He must have known that as well. So as much as he's so vain in so many ways, he's got some thick skin, I think, because he knows that outside of his hardcore fan base, of which there's many, right, he's going to be destroyed for these
But that's
comments.
the thing. His hardcore fan base are gonna stick with him even more so now, and just stand behind him. And like you said, that's a lot of people. I think the criticizers of Ronaldo are gonna continue to after this more so than before. And I think the Ronaldo supporters are going to support him more so than before. It's just going to cause the divide, I think, even further than it already was.
Yeah, what's crazy is that we're going off snippets from this
Yeah.
90-minute interview. I mean, they release them Wednesday and Thursday, so apparently there's a lot more. And so who knows what we're going to hear. But we always have to remember there's always like three sides to a story. There's Ronaldo, United, and the truth, right? And somewhere in between, we got to figure out what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah, I mean, he may have been disrespected. We don't actually know what happened.
probably was,
He
but it
says
goes
there's
both
more
ways.
than just Ten Hag behind the scenes who are trying to get him out of the club. But then there's a lot of reports coming from UK saying actually he tried to get out of the club as well. So I don't know who to believe. But like I said, you can point fingers at many people here. But you're a United fan. What do you think the average United fan is thinking about this? The ones that aren't just like one-eyed Ronaldo guys, people like yourself who are a little bit more, I'll say objectionable, objective. I mean, you're objectionable as well, but objective.
Yeah, I mean, he's a club legend, right? And I don't believe that this interview did him any favor in terms of his legacy with Manchester United. As a footballer, Ronaldo will go down as one of, if not the greatest footballer out there, right? I know Sarah Ferrari here is not happy with me saying that, but he's up there, at least. But with Manchester United fans, I think it rubs them along the wrong way. Man United are a better club right now without Cristiano Ronaldo. It's not even debatable at this point.
Yeah.
So the fact he continuously goes out and makes the storyline, the narrative about him when he's not even playing that great himself. I mean, it'd be different if he was out there, he's banging in goals, he's performing, but he's not. He's not doing that. So
But I think that's why he's so upset too, because he's seeing this club that is, quite frankly, yeah, like you said, doing much better without him, winning games, scoring goals without him. So for him and the ego he has, he's like, well, I'm not only playing, but now they're doing better without me. Like, that hurts him.
100%, and that's what makes it even worse, right? It's just about him. It's about him. It's not about the club anymore.
Is he the
and
biggest
that's-
ego in professional sports right now? I mean, who else are there? And let's think about some
Ibra.
massive egos.
Ibra.
I was going to say Ibra, but he's got almost like a likable.
Yeah,
ego
no,
to
people
him.
like him because it's just, it's some of the things he
Biggest
says is
ego,
so
that's a great
strange.
question.
I mean, Tyson Fury's got a big one, but there's the other side to him as well.
Yeah.
I mentioned LeBron.
Floyd
Would you say
Mayweather.
Yeah,
Floyd?
Conor
Yeah.
McGregor.
Oh, Conor
By the
McGregor.
way, Connor and Cristiano Ronaldo, surprisingly.
Yeah,
Is
I could
that?
see that. Yeah, that'd be a night out, wouldn't it?
But back to Ronaldo, like we need to remember he made this decision to go to Manchester United. He says in one of these clips that, I talked to Sir Alex Ferguson. He's like, there's no way you can go to Man City. He said, okay, boss, I'm going to Manchester United. And then he talks about how, well, this club hasn't evolved since him. The technology, they
The
haven't
jacuzzi, guys,
the
hasn't
jacuzzi
changed.
and the hot tub. Did he not know this heading into Manchester
But
United?
that's been refuted now.
Yeah.
They put $200,000 into their training facilities since Ten Hag arrived.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like another thing. Like, you think the reason you're not performing on the pitch is because your jacuzzi isn't nice enough?
But it's
Like,
a valid point though. When you've done
He's
your
just
homework
making a point,
beforehand, you must have known.
yeah.
Gone for a little tour
course.
of I'm
He's
sure
got to have
before he
people in
signed.
there, right?
Yeah. It's all about not investing in the squad as well, right? He wanted to invest in the squad
Yeah.
around him. Didn't quite happen the way he saw it. But now the team's playing well, and they're winning games. They've got some young stars emerging. This Gamache who looks pretty decent,
Yeah.
right?
Absolute
And
baller.
this is when he picks this moment now to come out and make it about him.
That
It's,
was that was the worst too. Like, Garnacho got this amazing goal yesterday, wins the game for United, young Argentine legend. No, Ronaldo. I'm sick of it because he keeps taking the narrative away from all these other players that are doing well. Marcus Rashford, like, I'm not a United fan, but I just as a football fan, I'm like, give credit to where credit's due. It's not about you right now.
It's just like a few weeks ago when Manchester United had their best game of the season. They defeated Spurs convincingly. Ronaldo walks off the pitch before the game's even over.
it was the-
Refuses to go
Yeah.
into the game.
Yeah.
Like, it's always about him.
The story's not going away. He says now it's time to just focus on the World Cup and trying to win with Portugal, right? But he knows that it's going to be about him, even more than Portugal.
yeah.
That first game when they play, it's going to be about him and what's happened the last few weeks and who's been linked with which club. So this is football, and here we are. He's taking over our brand.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks, Ronaldo. Really appreciate that. All right, that's it. That's been the warm up for this day. We're back again tomorrow.